Today's Midday Kentucky cooking segment brought to you by Creative Kitchen and Bath, where you will always cook in style.
Welcome back to Midday Kentucky. Chef Allison Davis here in the gorgeous Creative Kitchen and Bath kitchen, and I am cooking up some bacon. So you know this recipe is going to be good because we're starting with bacon. But I am making a kind of casserole dish, one-pot dish that is great for meal prep and great for families because it is that time of year. We're back to school. And I think this is something that I would even make for my daughter and I just to have in the freezer, pop out on one of those busy nights when we've got sports or piano, you name it, and I just have no time to cook and I've been running around all day like a mother. So we are going to start with sauteing up some vegetables. The casserole that I'm making today is a chicken tetrazzini. I'm trying to do a little healthier spin on that, but I am using some gluten. I'm using a whole wheat pasta though, which has a little bit less carbs than just your standard pasta. I went ahead and cooked the chicken. You could also do a quicker version of this by buying a rotisserie chicken and just pulling it off the bone, but I just took chicken breast and I boiled it in water and then pulled it apart so that now we have cooked chicken ready to go, and that's going to be mixed in with our tetrazzini. But the first step is we really want to build our sauce, and we want to add some components into this casserole. So I've got some fresh leeks here that I'm going to go ahead and dice up. Like I said, I started with bacon, okay, because I think that's going to add a nice flavor, add some saltiness to this, and also bring a little bit of fat in to coat these vegetables so I don't have to add any additional oil. So I've rendered the fat, I've cooked the bacon a bit just to kind of brown it and crisp it up a little bit, and now I'm just going to keep building. I'm going to start with the leeks and let those start working a bit in here into the bacon fat. And then tetrazzini, I think classically has mushrooms. So I have some sliced mushrooms that I'm going to add once I soften these leeks. And then I'm going to work on some of these fresh herbs. I've got some fresh thyme and I've got some rosemary. I'm just going to take those off of the stems and I'm just going to give them a rough chop just to mince them up a bit, and then those are going to go in with our leeks, our mushrooms, and our bacon. And then we are going to start with our sauce. Now, I've got two options for you. If you were trying to make this more dairy-free, you could certainly go with a coconut cream. Add the coconut cream into this and maybe a little bit of flour or even arrowroot powder to help thicken it. Or classically, you could just go with some heavy cream. And that is going to be our sauce that's going to help to coat the pasta, the chicken, and then we're going to top this with some cheese. Again, if you wanted to make this dairy-free, you could maybe go with a little nutritional yeast. You might need to go with a little bit more of that coconut cream, and then we're going to top this with some breadcrumbs. So I'm going to go back here to my leeks. We're going to go ahead and start adding in our mushrooms. And then one other ingredient that's going to go into this after we get this rough chop here on our herbs is we're going to do some fresh lemon juice as well. So that lemon and cream really is what's going to make this sauce, and then it just becomes layers. And the beautiful thing about this tetrazzini is if you do make this ahead and you put it in the freezer, everything is going to be cooked. All you really have to do is put it in the fridge or let it thaw and then just re-warm it to kind of melt everything together. But that's why we're going ahead and sauteing these vegetables and cooking them down, and then going ahead and pre-cooking the chicken so that everything is ready to go. And when you do put this in the oven, you're not going to be waiting to have to, let anything cook through. All right, so I've got this lemon juice in here. Of course, we're going to go with some salt and pepper. Guys, if you had smell-o-vision, you would know that this is a fantastic dish that honestly, I can't imagine any kid or family not enjoying. If you're not a fan of mushrooms, you could certainly leave those out. I've put in peas before with this, maybe like zucchini slices. So there's a lot of different things that you could do, and you could certainly make a tetrazzini with pulling whatever's in the fridge and pulling it out, and you're good to go. All right, so I'm going to make this kind of old school with our cream and just start to build these layers. But I'm going to share this recipe with you all. This is going to be on WTVQ.com/recipes. Click on that recipes tab and you're going to see this recipe and many more. And you can find me, Chef Allison Davis, on Instagram. And we're going to plate this up and we will be right back after this short break.